Hi, Assalamu alaikum. How are you people doing? Today we will discuss something about one compound, one steroid that everybody, very fitness athlete, is going to take. That's yours and everybody's favorite. Yes, of course, mine favorite is one too. That's Nandrolone, Decca Durabolin. We will discuss about something about the Decca Durabolin cycles. We will discuss about some of the stuffs. We used to combine stack with the Decca Durabolin. Its advantages, its dosage cycle, and its life cycle, lifespan, and everything that used to be while you are jabbing this particular compound inside your buttocks or whatever else you can say. Decca Durabolin is a steroid, maximum nitrogen retention. You will say that its half cycle is just like the duration of cycle is just like the cycle I'm just talking about. We can say that its duration being inside your bloodstream is just, you can say, for months. You can say its life, its a span basically, which any steroid used to be there, and it's just like a lifespan of 6 to 7 days. So that's the basic thing, you can say, makes this steroid a very popular steroid, that it takes a very little amount of dosage and it has a very huge impact on your body. Means to say it stays inside your bloodstream for a long period of time. Though every steroid does have a lifespan, and this steroid does have a lifespan of 6 to 7 days. It can last up to you can say 18 months, you can say. So that's the case. So let's talk about it. If you say about your endurance athlete, you are just an athlete who wants maximum gains, will definitely preferably notice that this is the major compound. Every fitness athlete and every person who is in the fitness industry used to take it, used to jab it. So you will say for strength increasing, yes, it does increase the strength. It is very good on your strength. If you are just lifting very heavy weights, you are just lifting, just like pushing the weights to your limits, then you will say definitely your first choice is to add the Decca Durabolin inside your cycle. If you are going to see a lean and hard gains and maximum muscle size, then you will definitely preferably go for Decca Durabolin. You can add with it lots of things. So if you are going to do for therapy, right, means to say if you are lifting very hard, you want your pain, basically pain relief, you want your pains to get rid of all these pains, get rid of all these joint pains, get rid of all these things. If you're squatting heavy, means to say you're really squatting, you mean to say you need some kind of lubricant in your muscles, in your knees tendons, so that it could minimize the resistance. So for your joints, that's the best thing. I mean to say it will just hold some water, it will just save your ass if you are really lifting some heavy weights. So it will give you a lubricant, a very good lubricant for your muscle joints. So if you are a want to gain muscle mass, increase the muscle mass for long terms, you want to increase the strength, you want to go for a maximum nitrogen retention, and you also go for a maximum muscle mass, you will definitely preferably choose a Decca Durabolin. So Nandrolone or whatever else you can say, we will talk about some of the cycles you used to do with it. You can go for a beginner cycle, you can go for an intermediate cycle, you can go for a advanced level of cycle. Let me tell you, my program is not to encourage taking steroids on a very early basis, just to let you know the things that are related to these steroids. How can we increase the maximum muscle mass gains? We can mitigate the negative effects while taking these steroids. First of all, if you're a beginner, you can have a steroid like Decca Durabolin. You can say just like 300 or 400 mg per week is the best choice for yourself for gain maximum muscle mass, you can say. For a beginner base, it can last up to 14 to 16 months. It can last up to 14 months. You mean say you can go for a 14-month cycle. That's a good cycle for you. So if you're a 14-month cycle beginner, then you can stop it at 12 week, right? And then you can go for a PCT. The one thing that makes this compound very unique is this one, that it just basically it just stays inside your bloodstream for long. So you need to add the PCT after the end of your not basically prior to the end of your cycle. Means, say if you are going to run a 14 week cycle, then you can stop it at ultimately 10 or 12 weeks, because and then just wait until or unless its effects diminishes from your bloodstream, so that you could go for some kind of PCT, right? So 12 or 10 weeks is I think where basically it will start diminishing its effects. You can say yes, you can trigger the PCT. Now if you're a beginner, you are taking 300 mgs per week. This per week shot is enough for you because it lasts so long. You don't need to add extra amount of shots like another steroids you're going to do. You are going to just go for one another shot, one after another day. You just want to increase the effects, you have to take these shots. There are a lot of steroids like Winstrol, Prima, all this kind of stuff, but this is the unique kind of compound. You just need to have a one shot per week. You can say it will last for a long period of time for a maximum gains. Okay, so you are just adding a shot of it. Basically you can stop this thing at 10 week. Yes, you can stop it at 10 week, and then you can go for a PCT. Throughout your cycle you can use Armidex of 0.5 mg, so that you can mitigate the side effects. Okay, this is the one thing that you can use being on a beginner cycle, you can say. So you can add another compound with it. You can stack it with testosterone nanthanate. That's a good compound. You can go with it like you can say 500 mgs. But let me tell you one thing that I would definitely add in this program, that if you are going to do it at a beginner level, that means say for 10 weeks you are using a Decca Durabolin 300 mg per week, and for testosterone and nanthanate you are taking it throughout your 12 week cycle, 500 mgs, and you are taking Armidex throughout the length of this cycle like 0.5 mg. But let me tell you one more thing, you can have a 250 mg base, right, of a testosterone. That's enough for you. That's a thing that you will never never read in the books, you will never read anywhere in the internet, because you just have to provide a 250 mg base for your testosterone, so that your body, if once have shut down your testosterone production, it can trigger it, right? 250 mg is enough for you, 250 mg base, and then you can prolong this Decca Durabolin like 400 mg per week, 250 mg per week of testosterone nanthanate, and 300 mg or 400 mg of Decca Durabolin is the best dose. So that's the problem where it happens when you are taking enough extra amount of testosterone nanthanate, that dose exceeds beyond your Decca Durabolin dose. Means to say it is just 500 mg of testosterone nanthanate, and you're taking like Decca Durabolin of like 300 mg or 400 mg, then there's a problem of gynecomastia and all this kind of bitch nipples used to happen, because your estrogen level dramatically increases. So this is the thing that I will say, with my experience, that's the best thing, to just have a base of 250 mg of testosterone nanthanate. That will definitely do a dramatic results. For intermediate users, you can add like 500 mgs of Deca, best dose, per week, short once a week, and you can again add like 250 mg of testosterone nanthanate. But if you want more, you can add like 500 mg of testosterone nanthanate too. That's the best dose too. Okay, so with it you will definitely go till 14 week cycle. They would be at 14 week cycle, you will just start stopping. The record will be in a 12 week of cycle. For throughout the 14 week you will take like up to your choice. If you are not resistant to your testosterone, means you're not resistant, you don't have any problem with a more estrogen production, then you can have it 500 mg of your testosterone nanthanate and 500 mg of your Decca Durabolin once a week. That's the best dose, and throughout the cycle you can add Armidex 0.5 mg. And now I will tell you that you can run with this cycle until 1 to 6 weeks. Dynabol. That Dynabol is the best stack with it. You can stack with this thing, Dynabol of like 50 mg for 6 weeks, that will definitely do a dramatic results for you. This is the intermediate cycle. I've been just going through some of the cycles with advanced athletes, beginners, so that you come to know how I am going to use this kind of compound. Again, it's not to encourage you that you people just start using the steroids in your daily basis, on your daily basis. We will definitely discuss about some of the compounds nature, all this kind of stuff, so that could gain, you people could gain some knowledge about it. Let me tell you some other thing. If you are an advanced user, you can have 1200 mg of Decca Durabolin. That will definitely do a better results. Again, with it you can have a 250 mg of testosterone, nothing, testosterone cyponate you can add with it. You can add throughout your 16-week cycle if you're an advanced user. Okay, if you don't want as much of Decca Durabolin, you can go for it for 600 or 700 mg of Decca. And if you are again not a fatty person, you don't have any increased estrogen production, then you can have a 500 mg of testosterone. Again, it's enough. Otherwise, I will definitely recommend you to go with it 250 mg base 2 again, and then you can run with this cycle. You can use Armidex 0.5 mg, and yes, you can run HGH, human growth hormone, with it. Human growth hormones, you can say like just like 3 to 4 IU per day. Okay, and that would be the best choice for you for a bulking phase. This trigger will this all these compounds will trigger you of IGF-1. This is a growth hormone, it's like a peptide. It will enhance your nitrogen retention. No, HGH, human growth hormone, throughout your 16-week cycle. Okay, like 4 IU is ideal dose. You can say you can increase up to 6 IU. It depends upon your insulin resistance, or what you say, that if you are very much resistant to insulin, then matters to be that if you are just going to add a more and more growth hormone, you can say it will just cause a dizzying kind of effect will happen to be. So for my personal use, I will definitely recommend you to go for a 4 IU, or just like more than it, you can go for a 6 IU per day of human growth hormone therapy, and plus Danabol up to 1 to 6 weeks Danabol. And throughout you can add Danabol for, you can say like more than 6 weeks, but 6 weeks is enough dose right now. Again, until you're throughout the cycle of 14 weeks, you can have a testosterone anthenate plus your Decca Durabolin. Decca Durabolin, I have told you, like 700 mg or 600 mg, 500 mg is enough for you. And again, testosterone, if you are not a fatty person, if you don't have an increased estrogen production, then you can say you can have a 500 mg is a good dose, or you can have a 250 mg. That's the best cycle for your advanced usage. So what makes this Decca Durabolin unique is its short dose. If you're a therapy person, you just want a therapy of your muscles, you can have an extreme amount of results with this 50 mg of Decca Durabolin once a week. That's amazing, right? You can have once a week like 50 mg, and you're just getting it, you can say adding it with this all this kind of testo, and you just have an amazing result with it. This compound does have a problem. It increases progesterone, right? Mean to say more progesterone, more estrogen production. So that's where the bitchy nipples happens. One thing, the problem with this Decca Durabolin is this one, that it just causes just like a dead dick kind of stuff. Mean to say your libido dramatically gets down. You don't have any sex drive. So that's why we always used to add 250 mg of testosterone with it, so that it will just keep triggering your body. It will just keep giving you the enough amount of testosterone that you really want. Okay, so that once you are going to take a Deca, what will happen, that your own system stop producing the testosterone production. So what we have to do, we have to add the amount of basic testosterone, so that normal functions of your testosterone would never, you can say, stop. You would just get enough of it. So that's why 250 mg base testosterone is there with the Decca Durabolin. For long-term usage, you can use for 14 to 16 months. More than that, this is not recommended. You can have a stay, and then you can start again, kickstart your cycle again. So if you're taking it like 14 weeks and you're having a testosterone with it too, then that's a good thing, right? For long term, that's very harsh. Let me tell you, just shut down your testosterone production. You have to take a testosterone with it. That's why dizziness, low libido, low sex drive, with the testosterone somehow you'd save. Let me tell you one more thing. You can add only Deca Durabolin in your cycle too. Like you can say 1200 mg of Deca Durabolin will do a dramatic results for 2 months. Okay, if you are not a married person, if you don't have any sexual desires, then it's okay. It will just increase your strength, increase your muscle mass. Okay, that's a good thing. But if you are a person who is just wants a sex, you just happily married, you just want sex with your girlfriend or all this kind of stuff, then you have to add the testosterone with it. This is another thing, let me tell you a thing right now. So it increases the muscle size, strength, endurance, nitrogen retention. Extremely beautiful compound, you can say. So it does have a long effects. Just one shot per week, and it can extend up to months, you can say. Like 18 months you can have it inside your bloodstream. So just imagine all the competitors over there, they do know what is the lifespan of this drug inside your bloodstream, so that you could arrange other kind of drugs with it. You could stack with it, and you can incorporate with other kind of drugs with it accordingly. So that was the thing. So Deca Durabolin negative effects, yes, bitch nipples, estrogen level increase, progesterone, it is a progesterone level, you can increase the progesterone, more estrogen production. That's why there is always recommended to get the Armadex with it. Throughout the cycle, when you're running the cycle of Deca Durabolin, you can have a 0.5 mg of Armadex. Okay, you can have a PCT after that. Okay, you have a basically you can have a clomid of 50 mg. This will definitely trigger your system to start increasing, to start basically producing a testosterone. It will also stabilize your gains. It will not let you lose your gains that you've already gained being on this cycle. That's another piece of advice, right, for all of you, to just add a clomid of 50 mg after that your cycle. And throughout the cycle, you're already taking Armadex of like 0.5 mg. So that's the best thing. We will discuss more and more about all these compounds. We will discuss, might possible, another video session in which we will discuss about all this kind of another kind of drug, another kind of steroid, its advantages and disadvantages, its life cycle for beginners, intermediate and advanced people, so that you could gain some knowledge. So do subscribe our channel so that you could get the more updates. Till then, Allah Hafiz.